This program features live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
Do you want to focus on that hammerhead right in front of us? So a warm welcome to all the kids that are tuning in at the moment. So I'm Nikki here at andBeyond in Ngala, and with me, behind you with the camera, is Owen. So we actually had a little grey duiker antelope this morning. However, he's just moved off, and I just want us to focus right over here. There's a puddle of water. Just right next to it, there's a very interesting bird. So I just want him to turn his head so we can have a look at it. So the little one, sorry, I'm just going to move my head out of the way. So the little one that's moving right in front of him is a three-banded plover, but that one at the back, have you noticed the head almost looks like that of a hammer? It's called a hammerhead, or Hammerkop is the actual name. It's an Afrikaans name. But so early on in the morning, you'll see when he moves into water, sometimes he'll take his feet and he'll move it through the water to disturb. Maybe there's some tadpoles, maybe a few fish, and then he'll go and grab it. Could also be crabs as well. So let's just see if he catches anything this morning. He's probably looking for a good breakfast. Just have a look. Don't know if all the kids can see, but you see what he's doing with his feet? So he's just trying to disturb anything that's under the water. And as soon as something moves, he'll go and grab it. Now this one, I think I have seen it before at this little water section here, and is a very good hunter. If we give it a couple of minutes, we might just see him catching something. But it is a very beautiful morning, and I think while everyone is looking at this hammerhead, I would like to tell you what the plan is going to be for this morning. So I think what we'll start off, because it's nice and early, we'll probably see if we can find any lions or possibly leopards, and then if it warms up, we'll start heading more in the eastern side of the reserve and go to these open areas and see if there's a chance of possibly finding some of the bigger animals like herds of buffalo, or probably even, because it's an open area, a chance of wild dogs or cheetah. So that's what we're going to try and focus on a little bit later on. But I think we'll start off with some leopard and lion. We are currently in the riverbed, and this is one of the little pan systems within this Timbavati River that we are in at the moment. I don't know if everyone can hear the sound in the back, but there's a little bird that is calling. It's called a crested barbet. So I just want to take the book quickly and just show you which one it is. If I hear it again, I'll let everyone know. But it's this one. Right over here. So you can see very beautiful colors. It starts off with quite a lot of black on the wing here with a little bit of white, and then some red here on the rump, and of course red eye, quite a thick beak here, and then a bit of red right here on the crown. So for now, what I'm thinking is let's carry on with our search. It looks like the hammerhead has moved into an area where we can't really see it. So let's carry on. Let's see if we can find any leopard or lions this morning. Whatever we see first. If we find some tracks of either one of the two, of course we'll see if we can find anything. But in the meantime, while we are carrying on with our drive and looking out for these two predators, let's send you across to Djuma with Tristan.
Well, good luck, Nikki. Hopefully you will find your predators that you are looking for. Certainly in Ngala, the last few days has been doing very well. As Nikki mentioned, my name is Tristan. On camera I've got BK this morning, and it is lovely to have you all on board on what is an overcast morning, which is nice because it's not as cold. It's a lot warmer this morning than it has been the last few days, which is nice, but I think it's going to end up getting cooler as the morning goes rather than warmer if the cloud stays. Now we're on the tracks for Tlalamba at the moment. She was seen last night on the dam cam, and her tracks are just going straight north at the moment on Gallagher shortcut. So I'm just trying to kind of see them. The problem is that the light is so bad at the moment because what you've got is you've got all this cloud, and so the available light that there is, which is coming up off of what's coming up on the eastern side, is being spread across all of this cloud, and it basically creates a giant softbox, which means that the light is spread and diffused, and so it makes everything on the road just seem like it's one kind of color. There's not a lot of shadow, and we need a bit of shadow and a bit of light in order to see tracks better, so it's making it a little bit tricky, but I can still see them going on the side of the road. Showing you guys will be quite tough because they don't show up very, very clearly at all. Let me see if I can find one for you to show you. Okay, there's one there. Okay, this is going to be tricky, but I will probably get out to show you this track, because otherwise with the camera it's not going to be easy to find it. In amongst these tire tracks particularly, it can be quite hard. So, BK, let me know if you can see this. So there's one here and one over here. Now, like I say, in the tire tracks, the pattern of the tire track makes it quite difficult, but if we take a little stick, we'll be able to show you where the track is. Now, if you look over here, there is a sort of edging to the track, and then it comes down. There's the 3 lobes, so that's the back of the pad, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 toes that are here, and then again, this is the next foot coming down, triangle of the pad, 1, 2, 3, 4 toes, and so it goes on. But like I say, because there's very little light, we're not seeing them. If there was sunshine, you would get a really nice shadow on this track, and it would be really easy to be able to pick them up, and you would be able to follow them a lot faster. So I'm just going slowly because I don't want to miss if she turns off. I know she likes this place on our right hand side. It's an area that she spends a lot of time in. She uses the drainage line and she chases things around in there, so it's a place where I must just check carefully because I don't want to miss her if she does go in on this side. The problem is we are starting to get quite close to the northern boundary, so I'm hoping she hasn't crossed into Buffelshoek. But if she does cross into Buffelshoek, then we are going to make our way straight to the west, and we're going to put our tires onto Simamambili for the very, very first time. So for those of you that missed yesterday's announcement, we'll be traversing Simamambili from this morning, which is exciting. Like I say, we all know how many times we've said something has crossed into Simamambili, so it's going to be good to go there. And obviously it's an old hunting ground for me, in terms of the fact that I work there, so it'll be nice to go down memory lane and reminisce, and there's lots of exciting things to see, so hopefully we'll have a good one. Alright, I'm going to keep on these tracks. It sounds like David is also out and about bumbling around, and I'm sure he wants to say hello to all of you.
Good morning and welcome. We are out on the Djuma property, and I'm so excited to be back out here. It's been a long time, but back in the saddle in the bush out here. My name is David Hancock, and on camera we got David. So it's David Squared once again. Hello. We haven't been together in a while, so it's lucky to work together again. And our plan this morning is just to try and get me back in the groove and remember the roads, remember the lie of the land here. Picked up also on what appears to be Itlalamba's leopard track going past the dam. So we are working our way west, which is the direction that track was headed. Could very well be that was the track seen, the track that she left and she was seen a lot earlier in the evening, with a more recent track heading back east. But just following our nose, I'm going to go and have a look on the left here on Mvubu Road. Just quickly stopped for this beautiful golden orb spider. Right at the end of the season for them. They are only annual creatures, meaning that she's not going to be around much longer, going to lay her eggs and then die. They live just shy of a year, normally just around 360 odd days before laying her eggs and then completing her circle of life. Very, very special spider to watch. One of my favorite things to do when I've got extra time on my hands is to sit and watch and hope I might see a kill when a moth or grasshopper or something jumps into that web. And she is lightning quick to catch and wrap it up. I remember the first 45 minutes of this drive is aimed at kids' questions, so don't forget to send in your questions to kidsquestions@wildearth.tv. It'd be great to hear from you and answer any questions you may have. Looks like she's just busy repairing her web, not actively hunting. Generally at night she'll hopefully get a moth or something that enters that web, but at the moment it just looks like she's repairing, getting ready for another day. She's actually a very big spider in my hand. Whereas the little males, the little male golden orbs, are a lot smaller than her. Probably 10 yards away from the vehicle. But you may remember, if you've watched bushwalks in the past, we get nice and close and you can sometimes find the males on the web. Carter, good morning. Great to hear from you. You've asked, what is the largest spider in Africa? Now, right off the top of my head, I can only really chat about spiders that I've seen in southern Africa. There might be larger ones up further north that I haven't experienced, but down here the largest spiders we get are baboon spiders. We get a variety of species of them, quite similar to what you may know from books or movies as tarantulas, and that we find in the Americas. Out here in southern Africa and throughout Africa we have what we call a baboon spider. It's to be very specific, a mygalomorph, meaning it's a ground dwelling spider. I think that's the right word, mygalomorph. We classify spiders in two different categories. The mygalomorphs, meaning they on the ground, they dwell on the ground, they hunt on the ground, have their nests or their burrow on the ground, as opposed to the, I think it's called a raniomorph. Reaching back now into the back of my brain, all those funny words. Raniomorphs meaning arboreal or tree dwelling, where they spin their webs up higher so that they can catch insects flying through, like this spider that we're busy looking at now. Typically, majority of spiders that we see are the ones that are the tree dwelling, or the aerial ones, the ones that are a little bit higher up. Whereas the ground spider is not always so easy to see, but these baboon spiders, very, very cool, very special to see. They're not deadly, they can't hurt you, the species we have here, except a very painful bite, but their venom is not of medical importance, meaning it's not going to send you off to hospital necessarily. But very, very cool spiders, and they're huge. Carter, you've asked, how big are they? And if I was to put it in my hand, Carter, it would really fill up my whole hand. It's quite amazing. It's like a really big, hairy spider with really big fangs. Like I said, several different species of them. I'd love to show you one. Might be tough this time of year, especially because we're not On a walk, you generally only see their burrows when you're on a bushwalk, but maybe we'll get lucky and see one from the vehicle. In which case, I'll definitely stop and try and have a look for you, Carter. Olivia, 7 years old, good morning. It's lovely to hear from you. You've asked, what do golden orb spiders eat? Now, golden orb spiders aren't that picky. She's going to take just about anything that enters that web of hers. It'll be flies or grasshoppers, moth, butterfly. Whatever is unfortunate enough to land in that sticky web of hers. Very strong web, so even a large insect that's even larger than her will get trapped in there. It's an extremely strong silk. I don't know why I said silk. I'm not sure it's exactly silk. What the actual compound it is quite amazing. Sorry, it's definitely not silk. I don't know where my brain is this morning. I haven't had enough coffee, David. But very strong, that web. Stronger than steel if you take the same diameter. Very special spending time with this golden orb spider this morning. I'm sure she's going to have a lovely day just hanging about there fixing her web. We're going to carry on, maybe get lucky and find a leopard. At least that's our aim. While we do that, let's send you back over to Ngala and beyond and see what they have.
Of the pride of lions, and it seems to me they're heading in the opposite direction of where we're going now, so in an easterly direction and we're going west. So one of the other rangers, they're going to do a loop around and see if there's any signs of them. Now this is the pride with the two white lions, the burning of pride, but while they're doing that, myself and Owen had a bit of a discussion this morning. We think it would be really special to go and see if we can possibly find that female again with the young cubs. And also see if that young male is still in the area, as well as one of the Ross males. So we only saw the tracks of the pride so far. We haven't seen anything else, but I think for now we're going to carry on with our route and see if there's any chance of finding these lions. I'm hoping we do, because also today's my mom's birthday, so I know she is watching today. So I just want to say, Mom, love you very much, and from all the kids, a happy birthday, and hopefully we can find those lions for you this morning. But it is a very beautiful morning. You can see now, I just wanted to quickly take the time just to point out the trees in this area and just show you how the color is starting to change. So these ones here are the red bush willows. So you'll notice that there's quite a lot of yellow leaves that are currently on this tree here. And you'll also notice, let me just quickly do a little walk. All right, and I think with the camera probably better from here, would you be able to see those seeds? So if I can show the seeds of this tree right over here, you'll notice that they have a very interesting design to them. It looks like these 4 wings on it. And so basically so a lot of the trees, sometimes they need to be, or the seeds need to be fed upon by animals. And as soon as they move, wherever they then defecate, of course, that's where the trees will grow, because they need to go through the digestive system of animals. But some of them actually have these 4 wings. So as soon as there's a bit of a breeze blowing, it actually blows the seed, so it falls a little bit